brought to you by Penguin.
Shipyard Girls in Love, written by Nancy Revell, read by Janine Birkett. Faith is the bird that feels the light when the dawn is still dark. Rabindranath Tagore. Prologue. East End, Sunderland, July 1918. "I just don't understand, Mum." And it was true. 16-year-old Gloria Turnbull simply did not understand. "I thought we would be together forever." Gloria spoke her words quietly, as though more to herself than for her mother's benefit. "We promised each other we would." Quiet tears were now rolling down Gloria's cheeks as she turned her forlorn gaze to her mother, who was perched on the edge of her daughter's narrow wooden-frame bed. "There'll be someone else out there for you," Peggy tried to console her daughter as she started to get up off the bed. It was nearly 6 o'clock, and she knew Clifford would be back soon. If there wasn't a plate of something hot, filling and tasty waiting for him, there'd be another war on. "Trust me," Peggy said, gently pushing her daughter's curly brown hair away from her eyes. "There will be others after Jack." "There won't be. There won't be anyone else, Ma'am." Gloria's voice was thick with emotion. "Not like Jack, I know." Peggy opened her mouth to rebuff her daughter's comments, but closed it again. Gloria was not far off her 17th birthday. She had only ever had eyes for Jack, and Jack had only ever had eyes for Gloria, or so Peggy had thought. Everyone who knew the pair had presumed they'd be engaged before long. Even Clifford had been saying to her just the other night that it was about time young Jack came to ask for his daughter's hand. "I'll bring you some supper in after I've sorted your dad out," Peggy promised, as she left the bedroom and closed the door quietly behind her. Only when she had heard her mother shooing away her younger brothers and sisters, who had been milling around in the hallway wondering what was going on, did Gloria allow her tears to come freely. "Why, Jack, why?" Gloria wanted to scream. She needed an answer. Gloria smothered the sound of her heartache in the bunched-up pillow she had pressed hard into her face, and she coiled her body up tighter, as if by doing so she might disappear and become nothing, feel nothing. At the very least, she hoped to barricade the world and all the hurtful feelings that came with it away from her being. Deep down, though, Gloria knew that it was too late to ring-fence her heart. It had already been shattered into hundreds of pieces. And like a mirror that had been dropped, the shards of glass had been flung far and wide, and there was no way it could be pieced back together. Jack's sudden decision to end their courtship had come like a bolt out of the blue. There had been no warning, no falling out, no gradual dwindling of feelings. Far from it. They had been as mad about each other as when they'd first met, when Gloria was 14 and Jack 15. And they were certainly as passionate about each other, although Gloria, of course, was saving herself for marriage. They'd only ever really had one major falling out in all the time they had been together, and that was a few months back, when they'd argued over Gloria having a ride home from work on the back of a lad's motorbike. The green-eyed monster had showed itself in Jack, and they'd had an almighty bust-up. Neither of them would back down, with Jack declaring Gloria shouldn't have accepted the ride, and Gloria standing her ground and saying there was nothing wrong in it, that the boy was just a workmate. It had been the first time their stubborn natures had clashed so forcefully, and it had taken a few weeks before they'd kissed and made up. When they did, though, they'd seemed closer than ever before, talking about getting married and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?